peanut M&Ms, in my opinion, I like the crunch better.
That's fair.
I like the
But
peanutiness.
it's just like a texture thing. Wait, why does Danielle not like them?
Do you know what is actually really good? Did you guys ever have the pretzel M&Ms?
Yes.
Yes.
They're so
Not bad.
good.
Not bad.
Ooh,
Those are good.
loved it.
I think I like those.
They're harder to find now.
Mike, why does
It's the blue bag.
It is.
I will
why does
tell you this,
Danielle not
boys.
like peanut
If you're
M&Ms?
eating crunchy M&Ms, do not get the almond ones. They taste like shit.
The almond ones
Oh.
are actually weirdly kind of iffy. Which is
Why?
weird because I normally like almonds and chocolate. Like the Hershey's bars with almonds in them is like my favorite.
I hear
That's
you.
my
Those are
favorite
good.
kind.
I know there's good almond things out there
Stays I
that are
hold
covered in
the
chocolate, but
imaginary
the
chocolate.
M&Ms didn't do a good job.
You guys
I will
might.
say this too, though. Smarties. Smarties are sneaky.
American or Canadian Smarties?
American.
Wait, what are Canadian Smarties?
M&Ms basically.
Get the fuck out of here. They're M&Ms.
No, they also have M&Ms, but there is
Motherfucker, of course I'm
random-
talking about American.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Duster Squad podcast. I almost said the wrong name again.
It was right there.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, did you say the wrong one last week?
I don't think
No.
so.
Oh, no.
I heard you
No,
say
but
it
Eric-
again, so I was like,
Eric almost did one time.
That is true. I did.
Yeah, dude, it's
I did.
hard. You get it ingrained. But listen, we're back. We're back to virtual. We hope you enjoyed the in-person one. It's always fun when we can do that. One day I would hope to have everybody have their own mic so that we can really have some crisp audio. But
not
one
looking
day,
at anybody.
yeah. But we've got the gang back together again. Eric's back.
Yes.
Yeah. So, well, how was your week away, Eric? First of all,
Oh my god, the week.
Did you have a concert?
Last Saturday I saw Young the Giant at Beacon Theater in New York City. I think it's just Beacon the Beacon Theater. And it was really, really nice. So the Beacon Theater is, I don't know, I guess it's like, I would assume it's pretty old, but it's like one of those old school theaters with like all like it's not real gold, but like gold or bronze like statues and stuff inside.
Gilded
There's like
stuff.
curtains, yeah, like gilded
Okay.
stuff. It was very cool. So, and it was a sitting concert, so it was like everyone we're just like sitting down,
Oh,
having a
just
good
chilling?
time. It was great. Yeah, it was
Nice.
a great show. It was
nice.
a great show. If
Nice.
you haven't seen Young the Giant live, they definitely come to Vermont and like upstate a decent amount. So definitely check them out.
Any of their songs.
They're good.
I might know them if I heard them.
Yes, you'd know. Do you know the song "My Body"? You ever heard that song?
Well, give us a
I'm
taste.
say that's such a-
There he is.
Oh
There he is.
yeah.
I knew you
Yeah.
were-
I didn't hear any of that. What?
Sing it, Nick.
He did. All right.
You would know it. You would
You'd-
know it, Benny.
you'd
We'll
know
we'll
it.
play
You'd
it for you
know it.
after.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I ain't
pretty
singing.
cool. Let me tell you about now that we're talking about music and young things. You know what you've done to us, Eric?
I know.
Are we
I'm
talking about
sorry.
particular
Young Gravy.
three
let's
gentlemen?
go.
And he had a new album come out today, and
Oh really? I
and
gotta
we
download
listened
it.
to a bunch of them, and they're good. You've
It's
got
catchy.
you've
It's really
turned,
catchy.
you've turned me and Danielle into Young Gravy.
Oh, were you
People.
who introduced them to Young Gravy?
Me and,
Yeah,
me
you
and
sh-
Caroline were
they
like, "Yo, let's
yeah.
shuffle this song." In the car.
They showed us Betty Get Money, and we were like, "Oh my god, this is sick!"
He's a hell of a dude.
Oh,
The
yeah.
vibes are immaculate.
And he's a
with
Bolts
it.
fan, so like,
He is.
also
He
a
is.
positive. All right, so we're gonna stay with Rick here, because
Yeah.
last week the
Yeah,
three
yeah.
of us and Connor, our guest star,
Which, hey, comment down below if you want to see Connor be a bit of
Want
a
to see more
recurring
Connor.
character. You want to see Connor's Corner, weekly NBA
Connor's
talk?
corner. Yeah, let us know that.
Possibilities are endless.
But we all ranked our top three, and then Nick gave a few honorable mentions of the new reverse retros. So
Okay.
obviously, we need to get your thoughts on them, Eric. So
Okay.
what do you got for
Before
us?
I begin, can I just ask one question?
Yes.
Mhm.
And I want to know, this won't influence. I have my picks already decided.
Okay.
Did Seattle make anyone's top three? Serious
No.
question. No. Okay.
I'll be honest. I really disliked it.
Okay.
I did. You
okay.
He didn't. Did you not hear ours? Did you not
No.
watch the video?
I didn't watch the video yet. No, I didn't watch it
He's
yet.
been busy.
You're gonna appreciate one of mine.
Yeah. I need to watch the video though, because you guys did it in person.
Yes.
I know.
Felt very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty good, Benny. I like that.
Going into this, I figured you guys were gonna. When I saw the outline, I figured you guys were gonna be like reverse retros.
We got to know.
Yeah. All right. Number 1 on my list of reverse retros, and this is a bit of bias. Because I like the colors and I like the design.
Kings.
I'm going Kings.
That's entirely fair. That jersey's
I think
gorgeous.
It's a nice jersey.
Also, Nick knows me too well. I love it.
They've crushed it. They've crushed it both times with the reverse retro.
Do you remember?
I really liked their first one too.
Do you remember last year's though? How we were saying we loved it, and on ice though, it didn't look like it was too much purple. I like that they went with a mostly white base and then used purple and yellow as the accents. I think that's how you got to do it. Like that just looks really clean, and it's like retro in the sense that home jerseys used to be white, right?
Yeah.
So
I say this all the time. I really want them to go back to white at home. I really do.
That'd be cool.
Because then the whiteout like weekend or whatever, like you can do whiteout stuff and it makes sense. Like remember the Jets did their whiteout thing when they made the playoffs.
That was cool.
So there's white everywhere, but then the other team was wearing white. So it's like I don't know. I think it's dumb. But
although can't you choose what your home jersey is for the playoffs?
You can.
Like
you can choose it in any
a white.
Yeah,
jersey?
the home team chooses the uniform.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's just become a practice to pick the dark one.
Okay. But yeah, because I'm pretty sure teams are required to like travel with their home and aways.
The Lightning, after last year after the outdoor game, a few times at home they wore their outdoor jerseys.
Yeah, you'll see that too. Yeah, whenever they introduce a third jersey, and it's like
as a wee lad playing school sports, the color selection was white at home, dark away.
Yeah, that's what it normally is.
Children, you don't do it for children. Do it as professionals.
Yes, whatever you do as a child, you should do in your professional life.
Well, but it's funny because I always thought it was weird when I was young because the way I was introduced to hockey was NHL 2000 on the PC, and that is old enough where whites were home jerseys.
There you go.
So I played that a bunch, and I was like, okay, yeah, and then started watching NHL. I was like, wait, what?
What's going on?
This isn't right.
This doesn't match the game.
It was before I like fully understood French, and there was a guy in the Habs named Benoit Brunet who I like to call Benoit Brunette.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Old Benoit. What a guy.
Benoit.
Yeah. Okay, so Rick, you put the Kings at the top for reverse retro.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
I'm going to tell you. If a certain jersey doesn't make its way into the top 3, I'm going to be disappointed. But
okay,
not the one that you might be thinking.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I've confused
my number two is the Boston Bruins.
Okay.
Jersey.
The Boston Bruins is a good one.
I do love Kubert.
Yeah,
that jersey's awesome. And when I looked, they showed like the up closes. When you see the stitching on that bear, so cool.
Oh,
so like it's just
really
it's
I didn't
all
even see
stitching.
it.
It's all like look at the close.
Is that like there's like
it's awesome.
Like
is there
fur?
is there like furry texture type stitching?
I'm trying to not. I guess it's like the illusion of that because there's different like little patches of color. Yeah, so it's very cool, very cool. So just because of that and the numbers, so cool.
Nick wanted an actual Winnie the Pooh on the jersey.
That'd be so funny. That'd be so funny.
I saw a meme of it.
Yeah. Oh, was that Marshawn wearing it? Right, and then there's the Winnie the Pooh bear.
It might have been, yeah.
I think I'm trying
they should have done that.
Yeah.
All right,
so that's my number 2.
Well, you one more.
My number 2. My last jersey. I love it, but there is one thing that annoyed me. but I gotta go with the Isles Fisherman.
Yes.
I gotta go with the Fisherman.
There we
That is
go.
my number
You wanted
3.
the teal though, didn't you?
All right, I'm just gonna go in on this jersey right now. The logo is absolutely gorgeous. The way they redesigned it with the little teal accents, amazing. When you look at it, and then you look at the diagonal thing that they have as the wave. Like, guys, that's not a wave. It's like a weird diagonal stripe. It doesn't look terrible, but it's like they tried to like modernize it, and they're like, no weird wavy stuff. Let's just make it like not as noticeable. I don't know, more streamlined, I guess, is what they were trying to go for.
This may be a hot take, but if they really wanted to go balls to the walls with it, they should have made teal the main color. Let's go.
That would be full
That would be
chaos.
pretty-
Yeah.
That would be pretty dope.
What
That would be
about
pretty dope.
See, that would be
blinding
me
orange?
if I was in charge of. They did that once on a third jersey, and it was terrible. They did. It was so bad.
Or what I would have been okay with, like the Kings did, the Islanders can use orange, teal, and navy as their accent colors, and then have the white base, and that would look pretty cool.
Which, yeah, that was also a jersey.
Because when the Islanders, when the Islanders won all their cups, their home jerseys were white, and I know they didn't win cups with the Fisherman jerseys, but like I don't know, like that'd be kind of cool. So
it felt very much like, all right, we're gonna give you the Fisherman, but you're not gonna like it type vibes.
Yes,
like
exactly.
We're gonna give it to you kicking and screaming, and here you go.
Yes.
Enjoy the snaps.
I have to admit that like I really don't mind the navy blue as a color. I think it looks sharp on a jersey. But again, just like it's a white stripe with orange on both sides. I don't know. Like when you look at the old Fisherman jerseys, there was that weird like wave going through it. At the bottom
was like
awesome.
the wave.
Yeah.
They're still doing the numbers all funky though, right?
Yes, and that's the thing. They're still doing the numbers funky. So do the wave funky too. Like, don't pick one.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
You don't sit on a fence.
Literally, just look at the Tampa jersey and be like,
dude,
what cowards are you?
I've got,
they have lightning bolts going down their arms, guys.
Us Lightning fans, for the reverse retros at least, whoever's doing the reverse retros, you're a homie, because they're not holding back at all. They're like,
I love it.
They're like,
you've had a couple really good.
This
ones.
Is what you want. This is what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Yes. So those are my top 3. I do have some things to say about some jerseys though. Can I get it all out here?
Of course. This is your place. This is your place to get it all out.
Some honorable mentions here for me. I think. All right, where am I starting here? The Panthers one is gonna look so freaking awesome on the ice. That one's a fun jersey.
Like the Panthers one.
I could see how, from like a design perspective, like it is weird that the Panthers just randomly have like Bahama blue. But that being said, like it's a hockey stick and a palm tree in the sun. Exactly. Like at least it feels Florida.
It's like tropical. It feels tropical.
Exactly.
Like Miami Vice jersey night. Like, let's go.
Yes. So that's pretty cool. I was surprised by that in a good way. I was like, whoa, not expecting that. Dallas, I love how clean it is and the colors. I wish they did just do the fucking star. Just do that with the fucking star.
Well, they wasted the star on the
stupid white
jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
White.
You couldn't tell what was going on. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I like that. That was cool. Toronto's were honestly sleepers in my opinion, because I like how Toronto's looked like a sweater. Like it was like really old school and awesome. It was better than last year's, like by far.
I like how they didn't use gray this time.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was the plan last time.
Because they used white back in the day, but it looked more like gray in the pictures. So,
You're laughing, but I honestly think I remember like a promotional thing where they were like putting them next to like black and white photos, and then it's like,
guys, that was white.
Anyway,
that was white in real life.
And just so Tampa's, we already talked about, balls to the walls. Absolutely love it. 2 more jerseys. The Nashville Predators, absolutely loved it. I know they want a Navy jersey, but that old retro Predator and like the fact that, I don't know, the yellow's not as like, doesn't feel as like mustardy or bright. I don't know how to describe it, but like the darker accents.
The old one was disgusting.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't.
It wasn't
remembered for being good. And I'm normally somebody who likes ugly jerseys, and I'm like, eh.
But it looks the Preds one looks very clean. Like it's
I didn't
awesome.
notice. Did they also bring back the square collar on the new one? Because that would have been full commitment. Because it was weird as hell on the old one.
Let me look.
I don't think so. No.
Ah, damn. Well, that's disappointing.
I just zoomed in. I'm looking at a picture of all these jerseys right now.
Because if you look at the old one, it's distinctly like a square.
Oh yeah, no, it's
really
not.
strange.
Oh yeah, no, they didn't do that. No.
No.
Darn.
What do you mean, darn? That is awful.
Well, if you're gonna bring it back all of the goofy. You didn't see the Lightning take the lightning bolts off their arms.
I want to know. You know what I gotta know is if there's striped armpits on that jersey.
Oh, I hope so.
There better be.
Ooh, yeah.
Was there on the last reverse retro?
I'm pretty sure.
I mean, you have it.
Oh my gosh, I actually don't know. I would have Danielle grab it, but she's in the tub. Any other honorable mentions, Eric?
Yeah.
So another honorable mention.
Didn't like.
Yeah, give us a.
To be honest,
a bottom mention.
There weren't any ones like I already said like Detroit and Chicago, but I think everyone.
Yeah, that's kind of tired.
Kind of feels that way. Yeah, I don't really want to go into that. To be honest, all right.
Kind of like Detroit's.
Speaking of.
Like not a lot, but just a little.
Okay. Okay.
Eric's too nice.
I have no opinion. Like it just doesn't. Like it's not Detroit. I look at it.
I fully admit it. Like there's just, nothing there really, but I always liked the old like '90s version of that they had, and they just brought it back. I've always.
Oh, okay. See, I have no reference to the '90s version of that, so I just.
They had it with that, but like white stripes instead of black, and then they had an away version of it where it was white base, but then red stripes in the word mark. I think that was in Ferris Bueller.
Never saw it.
Anyway, but yeah, I always just had. I know it's dumb, but I actually have always had like a weird affinity for that design. I don't know why. But any of your other tops or downs?
Yes, it's a jersey that people don't like, but it's in my honorable mentions of just an interesting jersey. The Seattle jersey. The colors are awesome. Seattle's color scheme is very awesome, and I like that there's a lot of that like light teal, seafoam blue, whatever you call it. I don't know. I guess it's not really teal, but that awesome blue color. And they did copy an old school jersey from what I was reading.
Yeah, it was another Seattle area team.
Yes, so at least it's true to the Seattle area. And I saw a picture of them on Player the other day.
Yeah,
I think on ice they're going to look really. They're going to look.
Looks
cool.
a lot better on.
That's all I have to say. Yeah, but it wasn't anything like again they could have done something with the anchor, like that cool their shoulder patch with the anchor with the Space Needle hidden in it.
I think that's going to be the third.
Yeah.
When they come out with the third jersey, that's what I'm thinking.
What I wish they had done with this one though is I wish they had taken the S they have and like still keep the aspects of it that they use, like still keep the like Kraken eye in there and the tentacles, but like make the typeface like way more vintagey stylized. Like don't have it be the same exact logo if you could. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that makes sense. Like make it look a lot more old timey. Like not so.
Oh yeah.
Because I look at that logo and I'm like, that was designed at earliest like 2010. It just looks off. But I don't know.
That's fair. That's about it.
I'd like to hear your thoughts, quick, Eric. On we heard your thoughts on the Lightning one. I'd like to hear your thoughts on the Habs one, the Expos jersey.
Oh yeah, Montreal. I really like that jersey, but it could have been like a billion times better with more red. And I know you're going to say that, Ben, because I know you were tweeting something along those lines.
Yeah, I mean,
if they added more red,
like.
No, I think honestly that's another jersey. I think when they wear it on ice, I think it's going to look really cool and awesome because like Montreal's never worn that color before. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I just it's they did the same thing. Like they took last time around, they took the home jersey and they flipped the red and blue. This time around, they took the home jersey and they flipped the red with a different blue. And
yeah. That's
it's just like you could have done other things. Like
Yes,
Yeah.
you don't
they should have
to keep-
taken the away jersey and flipped the white to light blue. I don't even know if that's different. I really don't. I thought it was the same.
actually, that'd be kind of interesting. Look at Ben.
You know what they should-
leave the red shoulder yoke
I
and
don't
have
know.
white.
You know what they should have done? They should have
Interesting.
thrown an Expos logo on the front instead of the toilet seat.
MLB licensing, yada yada
Yeah,
yada.
I know.
What
That was a joke.
like, you could have leaned into it, like bring their typeface for like the numbers and letters or something.
Oh, that
That'd
would have
be-
been cool. Yeah,
Like-
like the kind of like
if you're
bubbly
gonna
thing.
if you're gonna keep the same basic like jersey setup, bring something to spice it up. Like
And finally, Eric, quick thoughts on the Sens jersey.
The Sens jersey looks really clean, and I love like the old school, like how they did like the numbers and stuff.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I just think I'm like, oh, it's just a Sens home jersey. Like, it doesn't. I don't dislike it. It's. I feel. Remember how I was telling you guys about the Islanders reverse retro last year? It was just the Islanders jersey,
Yeah.
navy blue. Like, it was just like, it doesn't look bad because it looks like a clean, professional, like a NHL caliber jersey. It's just they didn't really do much. That's kind of how I feel about Ottawa.
The
I don't
big
know.
thing with this jersey is the old, like the classic typeface for the numbers.
Yeah, which I enjoy.
The numbers are
which
so
is cool.
fat and wide. It's
Yeah.
Chunky.
Which like is awesome.
That was
But, like,
was the swoosh jersey I brought up on that other podcast.
It was,
I was
yeah.
like, wow, they just swapped out the front logo with their current.
Yeah.
one. And I'm like,
so that's that's fun. So I think that's honestly Ottawa. Yeah, that's a clean jersey. I like it more than a bunch of other jerseys actually on here.
I still like 3D jersey better.
The
he likes the 3D
like
Sen.
Carlson era.
oh yeah, the 3D set. Fuck, was it guys? Wouldn't that be sick too? If the Flyers wore those fucking pooperall pants in a game. Did you see that picture? With
They
their
said they're
reverse
gonna
that
do
was
them for
beautiful.
warm-ups.
That was beautiful. Just warm ups. Yeah,
They're
Yeah.
beauties. That would be cool.
Unbelievable.
That would be full dedication to the bit.
Yep.
That would be
You
awesome.
could totally do that. They could totally
Yeah.
do that because like they make like girdles
Yeah.
or whatever, like the protective shit that
Yep.
like it like replaces the pants.
Yeah.
You could totally do that. They won't, but you totally could.
Yeah.
That
It'd
would be
fun.
totally
They
awesome.
won't.
Okay, well, do you guys want to talk about our teams? I'm actually okay this week. Not
Yeah, they brought
not
it back around. Right?
fantastic, just okay.
They evened it back up. though. I saw they have the same record as the Habs.
They do. They have the same record as the
Which
Canadians.
wouldn't have called that in a million years.
It's lame, is what it is.
Mr. I chose them as first place.
Well, yeah, I'll talk about them right now. So the Lightning, they went 2-1 since the last time we spoke. But you know what it is? So they beat the Islanders the later that night when we recorded the podcast. They did beat the Islanders 5-3.
Yes.
They lost to the Kings 4-2. And then they beat Anaheim 4-2.
That's good.
So like they're winning, which is good, but I will say that apart from the Islanders, all the teams that they've beat are kind of,
Ass.
they kind of suck. So it's like they're the teams that the Lightning should be beating. And like the teams that are kind of on the edge, like the Kings, they're probably going to be decent this
Yeah.
year. They lose to.
Hey, I mean, at least you're doing better than Toronto. They can't even beat who they should be beating.
That's very true. That's very true.
Yeah.
It is doing better than Toronto. But they're still Toronto's still higher in the
they have an
standings.
OTL point, so
Yeah, we'll see.
got them there.
They're doing okay. I will say a lot of the players have apparently woken up. Braden Point being chief among them. He's got 4 goals now. So
Nice.
So that's good. He had a 2-goal game and another 2-goal game, I think. And Kucherov is leading the team in points, which I didn't know. but he's got 2 goals, 9 assists. And listen to, would you like to have a gander at who's third in points on the Bolts? It's Kucherov and then Stamkos. Would you like to guess who's third?
Yes.
Who are you going for, Eric?
I am gonna go with Ross Colton.
Interesting guess. Anybody else have a guess?
Corey Perry.
Okay. Muted.
You're muted, Nicholas.
Nick Paul.
Nick Paul. No. You are all wrong. Despite how much shit I talk about him, it's Mikhail Sergachev.
Oh, wow.
With 1 goal, 6 assists. He's tied with Hedman, actually. So
Sergman.
So he's doing his thing. But
old Mickey Sergman.
So that's good. He's working towards it. And Hagel has 3 goals now, which I believe he got all of them in the last week. So getting a little bit closer to, maybe being worth 2 first-round picks.
That trade is still...
But we will see.
Something.
Hey, they went in for it, all right? They got to the Cup Finals.
They did, yeah. They fell just short of it being worth it. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe they'll win it this year and it'll be worth it. But yeah, so that's all I really got. They've got the Sharks tomorrow. And then I actually don't know where they go from there, but I hope they come home. They haven't been home. They've had like 2 home games in the first 8. Not quite as bad as the Isles, obviously, but yeah, I'd like to see him at home a bit. Yeah.
Nice.
Any questions, class?
Who's number 91 on the Tampa Bay line?
Yeah, right. It's John Tavares, obviously.
Oh yeah, like that Hertl game.
How are you feeling about them right now, Mike? What are you thinking? Where are they at? What are you seeing out of these Bulls?
They look not great.
Not great. Well, that's not great.
I want to see him against like a Toronto or they beat Florida. You know what? They did beat Florida in overtime.
That was a close game. Yeah, that was a close game.
So that's a good win. But I'd like to see him against. Honestly, I want to see him play Boston and see what happens.
Yeah,
Boston's on fire.
Ottawa shit kicked Boston,
and that's actually that's what it is. It's San Jose, and then I think Tuesday is Ottawa. So the Ottawa game will be a good test because Ottawa's
Norris,
pretty damn good.
That's gonna
hurt his shoulder, so he's gonna be out for a while.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to lose somebody, you want to lose somebody on the front end on that team.
Yeah.
I think you'll be okay.
Dude,
just tell Timmy Stutes to do something. Damn.
No, it's tell one of those new guys, hey, pick up the.
Yeah, Pinto. I picked him up.
Shane Pinto's seems to be figuring it out.
I want to hear about Ottawa. I want to hear about Ottawa now.
Okay.
Take us through it.
Take
us through it.
So not a lot's changed since last Sunday. I think they played 1 game. They lost that.
Oh, that's it.
The Wild. It was 5-2 or 4-2. I think it was 4-2. Give me a second. I'll fact check myself because I'm usually wrong.
I can fact check it.
Yep. It was really 3-2 because I believe
empty netter.
One of them was an empty netter. I don't count empty net goals as actual goals. They're not.
Wow.
But I believe they're even right now. I think they're 3-3.
They are 4-3.
Oh.
Yeah.
4-3.
4-3, 7 points tied with 8 points tied with Detroit, Buffalo.
They're more than that.
And Tampa.
There's a million
and
people
Montreal.
tied at 8. Yeah, look at the divisions. They're like the entire division is at like 8 points.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, but yeah. So I mean, yeah, they're doing. That's not bad, eh? They're in the mix.
Yeah. Brady's been good.
Yeah, he has. I wish I had grabbed that guy.
Shane Pinto's had a lot of goals on that third line. I think they moved him up to this. Let me see if I can find the lineup.
Josh Norris was a center. Will they put him there?
Yeah, he was.
Will they stick Pinto up there? Be like, hey,
I
here you
don't
go,
know.
play with the
I'm
big
trying to
boys.
I'm trying to find the roster, or excuse me, the lineup from.
Put a daily face-off.
Oh, the daily face-off one, yeah.
Nah, it's not that one. They changed it for the last game because Norris is out. So unless Daily Faceoff is updated.
I think that's the name.
No, I mean it was the one off of the NHL app, so it's not. It didn't pull from Daily Faceoff.
Oh.
Bear with me.
You know who I see whenever I watch a Sens game, and I'm like, look at that guy, Matty J.
Has he been going off?
He's
Or do you just like
Hey,
No,
noticing him?
he's just kind of been.
he's doing his thing.
there.
Yeah, he's
I think
he's
he
creates
gets
chances.
assists. He doesn't
creates
like.
chances.
You remember how when he got traded, he just like blew up.
he
had,
got a
like,
hat
9
trick.
goals?
Yeah,
Yeah, he hasn't done that, but he's been there. He's fitting in on the third line.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was
Okay. So that's who they moved up. Great.
Are you seeing it as well, Derek? Sorry.
That's who they moved up. Oh my gosh.
No, I would give Pinto that chance.
Yeah, hell yeah. Put him with the big
that
guys.
Listen, that third line's been really good. That third line is a grind line. Like, remember how your Gord? Actually, it was probably the Matthew Joseph, Yanni Gord.
No,
like-
it was Gourde, Coleman, and Goodrow. My God, what a
Yeah.
shitty line to play against.
That line, I vaguely remember that line, and I know you said it was one that was not one to be.
It was
messed with.
it was an important line. Yeah.
Is this the diet version of that line?
Yeah, I would say
Yes,
so.
version.
Because when I watched them play the Caps, I mean, I swear to God, they were up everybody's ass
That's what you need.
the whole time.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the clip of Kaprizov getting that tip-in goal?
Yep.
Yes.
I missed
but,
that.
Like, their defenseman was or I don't know who it was. Whoever was guarding him was all over him. He was.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Unfortunately, he's still quite good at
He probably
hockey.
could feel the sweat from Kaprizov on him, and
Yeah.
he was stuck to him like a tick. And I'm like, he still got the goal, which good on him. But I mean, what else do you want him to do?
That's just one of those things where it's like,
Sometimes,
unfortunately, Kirill is quite good at this game of hockey. Like,
Right.
sometimes you do all you can do, but you still, they're still gonna do it.
But like that third line, back to that third line reminds me of how Kaprizov gets guarded. Like they're just like on you all the time. They're just it's a relentless line. So hopefully I can catch the game tomorrow night because I couldn't watch the Wild one. But
although if you're Derek Brassard, you have wingers that are Alex DeBrincat and Claude Giroux. I guess you could help a center along if you have those two as wingers.
right, and
Is Giroux not a center?
Brassard's not.
No.
Oh dang.
Brassard's not trash. Like he's played
Right.
for a long time. So
You just ideally wouldn't have him as your
Right.
second overall.
Timmy Stutz is supposed to be there. That's who was there. So it's going to
What are
be
they doing with-
interesting.
Oh, he's their top. Okay.
It's going to be interesting what they do when Norris comes back. Granted, I don't know how long he's out for.
Well, I saw DJ Smith said yesterday he might be out for the season.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Dang man, they might slip to a
Norris could
wild
be out
card
for the
spot.
season. What did he even do? I didn't even see it.
I just saw it. I'm on Twitter too much. Let me see if I can find it.
What's funny? Before Mike said that, I was thinking, well, I guess he'll be back for the playoffs. Like that's okay at least.
You're goddamn right. Insert Walter White meme.
It's like Tampa Bay knowing they're just like, yeah, it's halfway through the season. Don't worry, Kucherov is going to be ready for the playoffs. Like they just know halfway through, like, yeah, we're going to make the playoffs. It's fine.
Or like in the shortened season before the season started, they're like, yeah, it'll be fine. We'll be in the playoffs. He'll be back. He'll be back for the postseason.
Yeah. So I just found it from Kyle Bukauskas, Sportsnet guy. Tough news. This was 2 days ago. Tough news on Josh Norris. DJ Smith is not confident he'll play again this season. Still waiting to see if surgery is needed on his shoulder. I don't know if there's been any updates since then.
No.
But why? How did he get a problem in the first place? What happen?
I don't know. I just saw that it did. I did.
It was
All I
probably
saw was that last I saw was from the Minnesota game that he was scratched. And I was like, why is he scratched?
it was
Well, I don't
probably a
remember.
goalie coming out and just
I don't
railing him.
remember him getting hurt.
Isn't that what happened last
in the
time?
games last week.
Was that him?
Am I thinking of somebody else?
Oh, I think
Somebody
it was
on the
Batherson.
Senators got railed by a goalie.
I don't know,
Batherson
but
that got hurt by.
It might have been Batherson.
Aaron Dell.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, Buffalo. Yeah, when he played on Buffalo.
He could have been like Evander Kane and get railed by a goalie.
Wait, what happened?
Or
I
punched
missed
in the
that. I
face.
saw some shit going down, but I missed whatever.
Wait,
it
what?
was.
Not to change the topic. I'll get back there earlier, or back there after our team's update.
Okay, yeah,
I
I
won't
don't
forget.
know what that's about. I gotta hear about that.
So you guys talk your team. That's all I got on the Sens. Nothing's
Alright.
really changed. Didn't know about the shoulder problem. That's a bummer.
Yeah, I just searched it on the Google
That's a
News
huge
tab,
bummer.
and it's still nothing new since 2 days ago. So I don't think there's been any updates. But yeah,
That's a big
Yeah, we'll
ass
see.
bummer.
It's a big hole. Yeah, but if Pinto plays the way he's been playing,
Dude, if Pinto plays the way
makes
he's
up
been
for it.
playing, your boy's gonna be in first.
if Pinto plays the way he's been playing, Batherson gets back to the form he was at before he went out last year, because basically Norris picked up the slack after he left. So
yeah.
Plus you got all the other pieces around him now. It's Giroux and DeBrinky.
Old Brinky.
Brinky.
All right. Oh,
And a good news thing, I forgot. Sorry.
no.
Cam Talbot is progressing quicker than expected and should be back sooner.
Ooh,
Hey, there you go.
let's go.
Excellent.
Nice.
Get him in there.
That's all I got.
All right, which one of you two nutheads want to go?
Oh, Eric,
Danny, you can go first because I was talking about reverse retros for the beginning of the epi, so we'll
Yes.
split up some Eric time a little more.
We can never have too much Eric time.
Oh, thanks.
This
Thanks,
is all.
guys.
This is true. Habland has been. It's been weirdly nice. Like we've been having a good time so far this year. It could not be going more to plan. Although, I mean, I don't know if I expected them to be 500 at this point.
Listen, you're tied for 4th in the conference or in the division.
The entire fucking division is tied. Like I'm not taking too much stock into that at this point because, like, the Atlantic Division is nuts right now because it's Boston just wrecking shop, then 2 9 points, and then the rest are 8. It's like, okay, it's a competitive division. We thought this going in. I guess we were all correct.
Yes, indeed.
But Habs wise, since we last talked, they were either in the process of or about to lose to Dallas 5-2. Which I from what I could like see from the game, it's like, all right, Dallas is a much better team this year. Habs stayed in it for a while. They got to a 3-2 game at one point, and then just towards the end, they fell out of it. But again, with a team like they have right now, where they're still relying on literally 4 rookie defensemen as their 4 of their 6 defensemen right now, like there's so many different things. Like, all right, whatever. Then they lost a close game to Minnesota, where it was 2-1 till the end. Then Minnesota scored an empty netter, made it 3-1. And then last night, Sam Montembeault just stole the shit out of a game against Buffalo.
I saw that.
That should not have happened. However, I'll always take it.
What was it? 45 saves or something?
43 saves on 45 shots.
Wow.
Montembeault was having one last night, that's for sure. But then you get some nice stuff in the form of Caden Gooley scores his first NHL goal off a fucking ripper of a shot too. It was a really nice goal. He was really, because Savard of all people actually played pretty well last night and fed him with a really nice pass as Gooley was like dropping down to like not just the top of the faceoff circle, but he was going down like another quarter of the way down. He was like on an angle and he just ripped a slap shot like far side, and it was nice. And then Gallagher had a really good game last night. I think Anderson got a goal last night. It was just nice to get a win. They're 4-4. I don't think Monty's gonna get them that kind of win every night that he gets shelled with 45 shots, so I'm still pretty confident that they're going to be tanky enough. It's all good right now. It's been nice.
It's all good in
Nothing to-
Montreal.
It truly
Dude.
is. I don't know. How are they doing compared to your guys' expectations so far?
I just want to talk about how you said I think they'll be tanky enough. That's just like such a great one liner. That's just
Because I think they will.
it's the 2022-23 season right there for you, man.
Yeah.
It's your motto.
It's a lot nicer to go into it knowing that it's gonna be this, and that we shouldn't expect anything, as opposed to last year where Bergevin was desperately clinging on to his job with his life and just signing David Savard and fucking Mike Hoffman to multi-year deals all in one fell swoop, while not being willing to give Phil Deneau $5.5 million. Anyway, this year's Habs, Eric.
So I am not really surprised that I thought they'd be like not. I think we talked about this. I didn't expect them to be bottom of the barrel. I expected them to be in every game for the most part, and then probably lose because they don't have the depth. But the forward, like the young forwards on the Habs, are also exciting. It doesn't surprise me that they like can score and are in games that way. I know, like defensively, obviously we talked about that, but now you have. I didn't know any Habs like D prospects like Gooley or anyone like that. So like that's cool to see them stepping up in bigger roles. Like give them a shot, you know. So as I expected, I didn't think they'd be like I don't know. I'd watch a Habs game easily if you were like, oh Eric, you want to watch a Habs game? Sure, probably a fun time.
You just got to see how many goals Cole's going to score in each game, and then you have a fun time with it. Because I think he's got 5 and 7 now, or no, it's been 8 games. Is it 6 and 8? It's good. He's been doing well.
I expected them to suck balls. They're doing way better than I thought they were gonna do.
Dude, Marty,
I really did.
Your boy Marty's the coach.
I shouldn't have doubted him. I know.
He's also been proving himself this year.
I think they're doing very well for the team that they have, and their young guns are coming out blazing.
Oh yeah,
fun team to watch. I'm sure. I don't think I've seen any yet. I haven't watched any yet, but I will. I'm sure I'll catch some games here and there.
Jake Allen and Sam Montembeau are doing their best job of making it feel like Carey Price is still there. I will say that has helped them stay in a lot of these games, but like that was also kind of expected that if they were going to be in games this year, it was probably going to mean the goalie was going to be doing a lot of it.
Yeah.
And that's been the case. But yeah, it's been good.
I will say that I usually try to tune in if there's no Lightning game and I'm like, let's watch some hockey. I usually look for one of our teams, except for Eric's because I can't watch it.
I know.
Like every time I see it's like, oh, the Isles, like they played the Rangers the other night and I was like, ooh, and I was like, oh, motherfucker.
It's a great game.
Can't watch it.
I saw the first 2 periods of the game against Buffalo the other night because I was still at work, but then I missed the third because I had to come home.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because they're damn MSG B.
Yeah.
All right, Rickman.
How about
the Isles? I haven't talked about them since the season started.
Yeah, actually,
that is true.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go through it all. And I'm going to start with the fact that the Isles are 4-4, and they just beat the Hurricanes 6-2 tonight. 6-2.
All right.
I guess one of the better teams.
The Islanders this season are so. I've been watching them when I can. I haven't really been watching as much as I wanted to, and they're so up and down. They could just offensively put it together, and it's like, oh wow, or they could just. Like it's almost like you watch them and they're reverting back to like, all right, guys, dump and chase, play positionally sound, cause the turnovers, and make them pay. It's just like very like good defensive structure.
Are they consistently inconsistent on offense?
Yes, basically. But it's like because they revert back to their like, I want to like play it safe defensive ways. Play it safe, but also be responsible. But then it's not exciting. Like, in order to make a play, right, you're going to have to take some risks. And I think they're trying to get better at managing that. At least that's what it looks like to me. Like, all right, let's switch up. They've been switching up lines and stuff too, a bunch. I can't tell you what the lines are right now, but I do have some players that I'd like to talk
Some
about.
notables.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk about players, then I'm going to talk about some of the games that have stood out to me. And I mentioned they're 4-4. So Matt Barzal, coming off of that new contract, does not have a goal yet.
Oh, dear.
In 8 games.
That's a 10th of the season.
Yes. Yes,
Didn't
Nick.
Huberdeau just score his first goal for Calgary?
Yes.
Like,
Oh, did he?
Yes.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yes.
Fucking bum.
But he's on a brand new team, and Barzal's not.
Barzal
Yes,
is very
yes.
not.
Yes. So that part is concerning. He is still second on the Islanders in assists, I believe. No, he's first. Sorry, he's first after tonight.
Okay, here we go.
That's the update.
There we go.
So again, right? Everything we're seeing, Matt Barzal is a playmaker at heart. He's not a finisher. The Islanders did not get a finisher this offseason. I hope Barzal can score some goals. I know he will. But that's a great question. It's a great question. It doesn't keep me up at night, but it gets close to.
It's almost.
Almost. So that's something I'm definitely going to keep an eye on, and it is a little bit concerning right now. It's like, you think he'd start off hot? Also, he's on my fantasy team and is doing shite. Shite. Yeah. And then every time I put him on my bench, then he does stuff. But anyway,
that's usually how it goes. Yeah.
Yep. But the goal leaders for the Islanders, we have Anders Lee with 4.
Well, of course.
Just grab that guy.
Oliver Wahlstrom with 3.
Oh.
And Noah Dobson with 2.
Oh yeah.
So when you look at those goal leaders, though, I know it's very early in the season, but your third place has 2 goals.
Listen, it's not what you want.
No. But it's good to see Anders Lee is definitely he's getting those goals in front of the net. He seems to be very much back to form, which is good. Wahlstrom under Barry Trotz, so a lot of the young guys, because I don't know how much you guys followed how Trotz interacted with the young guys on the Isles. If a young guy made a mistake, he would very much scratch them easily. Just you're scratched. He didn't really. He had a pretty short leash for them, but then if Josh Bailey turned the puck over 10 times in one shift, he just wouldn't do anything about it. He'd be like, it's all right. I'll do better.
That's fine. He's earned it.
He's one of those vets, a good old boy.
Yeah.
Good teammate. Come on now, Bailey wouldn't be fucking up.
He earned those turnovers.
So you definitely see players like Dobson and Wahlstrom thriving under Lambert so far. It's a long season. And again, no disrespect to Trotz. It's just 2 different coaching styles, but it's you got to bring out the best of what you got, right? So, so that's something that definitely intrigues me. I want to see, because Wahlstrom has a hell of a shot, so I want to see if he can show shades of hey, can you be a finisher with Barzal? I don't know. Barzal and him scored on a 2-on-1 tonight that I saw, very pretty. So that's
very nice.
That's good. And Sorokin and Varlamov both have been fine. It's pretty much what you expect from
still doing their thing.
Yeah, they're still doing their thing.
Well,
and in terms of games, so the Islanders were so streaky in the beginning. They lost to Florida game 1, and it was just kind of they didn't really do much. And then they beat Anaheim 7-1. And it was okay, so you guys can score. I know Anaheim isn't that good, but John Gibson is their goalie. And you guys
he's not bad, yeah.
He's not bad. So usually the Islanders, they'd get a bunch of shots and then get goalied. It's no, okay, you didn't get goalied. You can do that. And then they lost to the Devils, Tampa, and Florida. They lost 3 in a row. And the one against the Devils hurt because it's at home. It's oh, come on,
and also,
guys.
it's the Devils this year.
Yeah, who are 5-3 this year.
Oh, have they improved? I know they started
a little bit.
Listen,
they had a week.
Just a quick side note. Last I checked, Jesper Bratt was the leading points guy in the league.
Unreal.
Last I checked.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I picked him up on my fantasy team.
And Nick picked him up.
Damn it.
If you when you watch this back before Mike says Jesper Bratt, you'll see my dumbass voice or mouth Jesper Bratt because I once again was muted.
Yeah, man. That's just a little side note.
Okay. So Jesper Bratt and the Devils defeated the Islanders. And then
Not
they
Jack
lost
Hughes.
back to back. So they lost back to back to Tampa and Florida. This is all right. This is big. This
They just
grouping
beat
of games.
Colorado tonight. What the fuck?
No,
the Devils did.
Oh, the Devils? Yeah, 1-0. And guess who was on my bench? Jack Hughes. Guess who scored the one goal
for the
Devils?
Oh
Jack
man!
Hughes.
Dang man, you got the Ben curse in fantasy.
I put my two centers instead of Hughes and Barzell are Jack Eichel and Sebastian Aho. Sebastian Aho does nothing against the Islanders. I thought he would do at least something. And Jack Eichel in a 4-1 win gets 1 assist.
It's okay. Brad Marchand returned last night, and he had 2 goals and an assist, and I have one of them. So.
Oh,
he was on my IR spot.
Did you forget to activate him?
Fantasy talk.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the Islanders. No, sorry again.
Listen, I want to talk about my Islanders.
Guys, listen. All right, this is the grouping of games: Tampa, Florida, the Rangers, the Hurricanes, and the Avalanche.
Is that what's coming up?
No, so they are.
Or is that
up to the end of that? It's what's happened.
I mean,
this was huge because this is like the measuring stick, right? This is like how do you play against these teams? They lost to Tampa.
That's essentially the best teams in the league, at least from the past, in the past 2 seasons, basically.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, that's not an easy start to the season.
No.
Dang, man, they keep trying to frig the Islanders at the beginning.
So they lost to Tampa and Florida. Both were close games.
Yeah.
But they lost. And then they shut out the Rangers at home. 3-0. And just beat Carolina 6-2.
Didn't do shit.
So they're in this grouping of 5 games so far. They have 2 losses and 2 wins. And it's like, hey, honestly, that's pretty tough. The Islanders proved that they're in it at least. So that's good. I like to. They're not just getting demolished on this road trip like the whole beginning of the season.
Shutting out.
It's like they just needed a win. The Rangers.
Shutting out the Rangers at home is nice.
That's real nice. And to be fair, the Rangers also did kind of get goal lead because they were outplaying the shit out of the Islanders. And then Sorokin was like, "No, you're just not going to score."
Fuck them. They've been getting too much. They got too much of that on their own. And
get a taste of your own medicine.
Yeah. That's true. But yeah, they play Colorado tomorrow night. I'm interested to see what happens there. But they're 500 right now. It's still early in the season. I think if they're going to do what the Islanders do, they want to hang out there. But they definitely, need to keep that offense, get that offense more consistent. Yes. Keep up the offense, not just in spurts, but consistently.
I mean, you already have 2 6 goals or more games in 8 games. 7 games. That I feel like that's probably more than they had all last year.
Yep. Oh, easily.
So there must be a bunch of dudes with 2 goals.
Yes, a bunch of dudes with 2 goals. And that's the thing. The scoring is well balanced.
I'd say it's gonna be for them.
I didn't realize this. A big thing with Lane Lambert's style of coaching, D-men jump in. It reminds me of the way Tampa Bay, just Hedman is just like, he doesn't stay back on a rush. He's like, no, I'm in the rush. Someone's going to get back for me. I'm jumping in there. We're going to score a goal.
So is
every
Dobson
rush
popping off?
Dobson has been popping off. Great pickup in fantasy. I think, Mike, you have him. That was super awesome. Dobson's been popping off. He's quarterbacking the power play.
Is he?
Power play unit.
Dang, good
he's
for
the
that
guy
guy.
taking the one. He's the guy taking the one-timers. He's love it. And finding lanes, not just like the classic Bergevin, big Ben Sherratt take a one-timer all the time. No, it's more
shot from the point. Someone deflected.
You'll love it though. They just, now that Weber's gone, Petrie's gone, they don't do it from the point. They're finally passing to Cole Caulfield in his spot, but they've gone the wrong direction and they've just fully dedicated to only passing to Cole Caulfield in his spot. And I'm like, guys, you just shifted the problem around.
Listen. Yeah.
It's more entertaining though with Caulfield shooting it, but
it is, and there's probably a higher chance because he actually usually hits the net as opposed to Weber, it's like one out of every 5 by the end. But
Listen,
anyway,
as
the Isles and Dobson.
As a guy who's watched Stamkos, listen, it can work.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
The problem is they have fucking Chris Weidman quarterbacking the power play.
That's less ideal.
It's not going well because they're just desperately waiting for Mike Matheson to return from his injury. But anyway,
to your point, Eric, about like the D-men jumping in, I will never forget. There was a time in a game where the Bolts had a forecheck going, and I believe it was Hedman, and I believe it was Chernak, were beneath the red line.
Love that.
In the offensive end, like holding the puck down there. Yeah.
They're
and I was
huge.
like, I was like, those are our 2 defensemen. That does not make sense. But okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the Islanders. It's not to that extent. But I didn't realize Ryan Pulock was out for 26 games last season, and I didn't realize how useful he is moving the puck up ice in the like with this coaching style. He's not. I wouldn't say he's like the strongest skater, but he's very good at using his body and shielding the puck and like slowing the play. He's like one of those players that slows everything down around him and just makes a good pass, or just like knows when to shoot, when to just good decision maker. And I didn't realize how much that would benefit the Isles. Like it's great having Pelech and Pulock both healthy, which I've enjoyed watching. And also Ben, I guess now I just remembered him. Romanov.
How's he doing?
He honestly, nothing like. He's not overperforming at all, but he is a shot blocking and hitting machine. And with the way like the Islanders operate, he fits right in with the Islanders. Like,
well, there you go.
Yeah.
What are they using him as?
Penalty killer.
No, but like pairing. Like is he?
Oh, with Dobson. With Dobson. So basically, what happens is
top pairing, second pairing.
Oh, second pairing.
Okay.
And he's with Dobson. So basically, Dobson does all of his fun offensive stuff. And he's like, all right, Romanov, if I'm caught in the play, you got this. You got this shit.
So they're just kind of letting Romanov occupy a more defensive role. Okay, that makes sense because anytime you would try to take a shot, it was never really.
Yeah.
Is it a muffin? Is it a blueberry muffin?
Yeah. It was a muffin or.
The Islanders, they produce.
But yeah.
The Islanders produce big, nasty defensemen. That's just what they do.
There you go. I'm glad he's working out there. That's good. Yeah. I'm glad he's a little more sheltered and is on more of a structured team than he was last year.
Yeah.
It's hard to look at a lot of last season with him and try to blame too much on him because just dog shit situation they were in.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing good about last year, so like it makes sense he's kind of rebounded a bit. So good for him.
Yeah, but that's about it on the Isles, guys. They play the Avalanche tomorrow. Oh boy, we'll see what happens.
Oh boy, indeed.
Yep.
Well, I only have 2. Really, I only really want to talk about one team here, boys, real quick, right before, and then we'll take a little break.
Oh, I know. Yep.
After the off season, I didn't think they were gonna be fantastic. The Boston Bruins have I got the standings. They're
8-1.
They're 8-1
Ridiculous.
with 16 points. They have a 7-point lead on the next closest team in the division.
Now I didn't have them this good. I had them as second. But they're just wrecking worlds right now, and they just got Marchand back.
They only just got him back
just now for last game. Like
So here's the biggest reason why they're winning.
Give it to us.
Yeah.
But Mr. Ullmark has 5 wins.
Ullmark has been insane.
He's had only given up 11 goals on 160 shots. And I think, Mike, you dropped him.
That is factual, yes.
Because I picked him up.
God damn it! I dropped him. Okay. I dropped him because I think he lost his first game or something. And I was like, all right, fuck this guy. And then, well, no, because, and then I was like, well, he lost. And then I was like, okay, so they're probably going to do a tandem thing with Swayman. So he's probably not going to play that much. So I was like, I want to get a starting goalie, like a true starting goalie.
Yeah.
So I dropped him, and here he goes, fucking Vezina candidate Ullmark.
Yeah.
Who's your goalie?
I think he's solidified his starting,
Listen,
okay, you're the guy.
We'll get to it.
Mike. Okay.
We'll get to
We're
it.
not talking fantasy
My
yet.
goaltenders. I have the best goaltending in the fantasy league. I'm gonna say that right now.
My tandem's been pretty effective.
I don't know, man.
It's not as good as
I
mine.
got a pretty good tandem right now with Markstrom and Ullmark.
Do you listen? We're gonna get there, but you're both wrong.
I just think that
Tandem wise, probably yes, but like fantasy wise, we're probably like they're all just winning games.
Yeah, we'll see.
I just think it's ridiculous that the Bruins can be this good and also have a top 2 reverse retro jersey. Like they can't have that many good things. The
Never
hockey
mind.
gods don't allow that.
Your tandem's
Come on.
better than mine.
Yeah, you fucking better. You better fucking say that.
Wow.
But yeah, dude, I don't understand. I think I have
Guys?
Boston in a wild card, and that might
Guys.
be a mistake.
Big thing. Remember what we were talking about? The whole dressing room thing and Bruce Cassidy, like they weren't getting along,
Yeah.
yada yada. Then Jim Montgomery comes in, and also good old David Krejci comes back. It really is like everyone's just like, I think the vibes are good in Beantown.
Like
They might have the best vibes. Yeah.
Something that I've always respected more out of them than with Toronto, and is why I've always kind of like viewed them as more of like, okay, yeah, you were rivals, but like I respect it. Like they are so good at establishing what they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're the Bruins. You know what the Bruins are. You know how the Bruins are going to play. They do it every damn year, and they just keep doing it again and again. And
Again and
tends to
again.
be whenever they find guys to bring in, they bring in guys that'll work in that system and sort of like bring themselves up to being a Bruin. If not, they were got for that reason. Like they're so good at establishing an identity and
sticking to it.
And that's part of the reason why they're still doing this. I mean, it helps that you get Patrice Bergeron back for like 2.75 mil, I think it was.
And it helps that Pasternak's only making like 6 mil. Marchand's only making like 6 mil.
Pasternak's about to change.
Well, yes.
Because that's about to be up. But
do you think is there any chance that he goes anywhere else?
If the
yes.
Bruins are smart,
No, but they're going to be paying him a lot more.
Yes. Obviously,
lot
he's
more.
going to be making more money. My only wonder was
that's
if it
going to
would
be
be
a
somewhere else.
2-digit. That's going to be start with 10 million.
Yep. And rightfully so.
Yeah.
And it's going to be with the Islanders.
They're not going to have to worry about it because
There you go. There's your scorer.
Bergeron's going to be off the books next year, so
Maybe.
But they also have pretty much, they did something weird with the Bergeron and Krejci contracts where it's so like bonus laden that they're almost certainly going to hit it. And they're like, they basically planned on having overage charges for next season because so much of their roster is going to get fucked after this season that they're like literally going fully all in on this being the last run of it with these guys. So they're in an interesting spot. They kind of have to do it. And so far they're doing it. I don't know.
Yeah, they very well could. I did not expect them to be like this. I don't think obviously I don't think it's going to hold. They're not going to be this hot the whole day.
What is their pace right now? They're 8-1. I don't even know what win pace that would be.
8-1. That's almost like if they lose one more, that's 8 wins out of every 10 games, which means that's 64 wins ish.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do that.
No.
I think this is going to fall off a bit, but they're getting
close.
You
don't think they're going to set the new record for most wins in a season?
Dude, act like you can predict any NHL season from nothing ever makes sense. They're not
gonna get 60 wins. If they get 60 wins,
test fate like this, Michael. Test it if you want to.
Listen, do you remember the 2019 Bolts?
Yeah, how many did they have?
They had 62.
Okay.
This Boston team is not gonna do that. This Boston team is not gonna do.
What they're gonna do? They just got Marchand back. They still have to get McAvoy back.
No,
Marchand just went out.
I don't think so.
I'm just.
I don't either. But like, I don't fucking know.
Linus Allmark watches this podcast, and he just heard you say that, Mike. So
whatever.
He's going
brick wall the rest of the year.
50.
Here you go, boys. Here's Nick's.
And then he's gonna win Nick Fantasy.
Yeah, Nick is gonna win the fantasy league based on that alone. Just like I'll have Pasternak the whole way through. So who knows?
Nick's hot take of the year. Allmark's gonna win the Vezina.
Oh man, let's go. I
All
love
right.
that.
Hey,
I love that.
listen, this is one of Nick's hot takes that could be a thing.
That's not like if the pace goes, like the trajectory continues how it is going, that is a very realistic possibility.
Mm-hmm.
All he needed was a team in front of him. Who'd guessed?
I mean,
And
he
then
was almost a brick wall in Buffalo, but it was Buffalo, so like
then
He wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he wasn't great in Buffalo because they wouldn't really do anything for him. But all right, well, I had Vegas here. You guys got anything to say about Vegas? They're doing what they did.
Can we talk about Phil real quick?
Oh
Phil the Thrill?
that's right. I forgot about that. Actually,
the new NHL Ironman record,
which
like what
pisses
the
me
hell?
off.
Let's
But
go. Why?
because it should have been Yandel and it should have been 1,000 games. But
yeah, but like
here
also,
we
I
are.
still think he would have retired, and then Kessel just would have done it later.
Oh well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He should have done it at like 1,001 or 1,002. But yeah, no, that's awesome. That's pretty crazy. It's kind of funny too because it's like when you look at him, he looks like the least conditioned guy to ever lace him up, and he's the guy that's got the most games.
The picture of him is in his friggin' boxers.
Yeah,
he's got his like bulge coming out. It's like, come on, man.
It was funny reading like all the stories that came out over the last week because like whenever something like this happens, you get just everybody writing something about Iron Man streak, whatever. But like just all the stories of how like he didn't do much in the way of cardio, but every time anybody would challenge him, anything, like he was apparently fucking great at the leg press. So like he would just like work out all of the things you need to do to skate, and then he'd just be like, okay,
that's it. I'm good.
And then, hey, you can't really knock him. He's like only, I think, 4 or 5 years off of having a 92-point season in the NHL after winning 2 Stanley Cups.
2-time Cup champ.
Like, awesome. Good for fucking him. Like, guaranteed Hall of Fame at this point.
I would think so.
Yeah. Good for Phil. I'm so happy he had like the career turn he had after he left Toronto.
Yeah, one of 7 current players with 400 plus goals. So, yeah.
Wow.
Right. Yeah, he hit that the other night against San Jose.
Oh my god, guys!
Because there was that original one that got disallowed against Toronto. It was bullshit. But
I just real quick, I'm such a bad Islanders fan. It's shout out to Josh Valley. It's his 1,000th game as an Islander tonight. It was,
and he scored.
And he scored the game-winning goal. It became the game-winning goal. Oh my! With a filthy move.
He's one of the many with 2 goals because he just got his first goal a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go, dude. There
oh my god! Shout out to Josh Bailey. Yeah, 1,000.
Congratulations, Josh Bailey, and congratulations, Phil Kessel.
Before we go to break, let me bring back up the Evander.
Yes, please do. I need to know what this is about.
Eric, I think you said you saw the video?
Yes.
Okay, so basically what happened is the puck got in deep and Kane was coming across the crease. And in typical fucking Bennington fashion, he punched as he's going by. Bennington like basically comes out of his stance up into his face and friggin' punches him right in the jaw.
Wait, but he actually hit him this time.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Bennington connected with a punch. Wow.
There you go. There you go.
Growth,
you're not faking it anymore.
At least, yeah. What the fuck? I hit this fucking
Wait,
goalie.
So he just punched him. He just punched a guy. Was there a reason?
He's going across the crease. I don't know.
You invaded my space.
I'm gonna find it again because I saw it on Twitter a little earlier.
He punched and it was Evander. That's mean, bruh. Well, you know what? He finally made contact though. So you know what? Now everybody, when he swings his stick, people are gonna be scared now. So they're gonna be like, "Oh wow, he might actually hit me with it."
Yeah,
he might not be faking it.
This is just
Okay, let me correct myself. He hits him in the face with his glove hand, so he doesn't like
his trapper hand.
So he's not like blocker punt like.
Yeah, that would be bad.
That's bad.
Punching him in the face, but he's like right up into his face with his glove. In case you want to see it.
Yeah, give us a little. Oh, hey, there you go.
Like, screw you.
Boom!
Oh, damn.
Okay. Yeah, that's a nice. That's better a better penalty.
I hope so.
I really hope that's a penalty, dude. I got called for that. Did I ever tell you guys that story?
You got called for punching someone in the face?
I punched some little shitbag right in the face.
Oh my god! Wait, were you
But he had a cage
little
on.
shitbag?
No.
Okay, well you.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I was.
No, I meant little and like so, like you were. Is this like Pee Wee hockey?
Oh yeah. No, I was young.
Okay,
I was young.
No, dude, you were a goal scorer. You didn't get in anyone's grill.
I was young.
It was either scoring them all or just knowing
or
where
setting
my
people up.
was going to be standing and just, hey, I got it.
Yeah, I was. They like our goalie covered the puck, and I was like in between our goalie and like the kid, and he like came up and he like pushed me. I was like, "You little fucker!" So I punched him in the face. and then I got called. But listen to this stupid shit. I got called for a penalty, which is okay, I get that. But the penalty that he called me for was punching. That's not a penalty.
At least throw a
roughing. It's roughing. And he was like 2 minutes for, or I think it was because I was so young, it was like a minute and a half or something. He was like a minute for punching. I'm like, you fucking suck my balls.
My favorite instance of you being in a penalty box is still when you got out of it
early. Yep. I believe I told that story on the first episode back when we started this thing back up.
Oh,
you did?
Yep, that was funny.
I don't even remember that.
I won't retell it.
Story?
I won't retell it, but the moral of the story is I don't know how to read a clock.
you saw zero hit.
I saw zeros.
I was like,
it's my time.
The wrong part of it.
This isn't a story.
Fucking Mr. What was it? Smith? It was Cameron Smith's dad, right? Just yoinked Jordan LeBaire off the ice as he was skating by, just to make it look like there were still only 4 skaters.
Yep.
This isn't a story. This is just a hypothetical situation that is never going to happen. But I would love if there was a St. Louis Winnipeg playoff series and Dustin Byfuglien was still playing and Jordan Binnington went behind his net to play the puck and Byfuglien just put him through the glass.
Oh boy.
That's all I'd ask. Pretty much it.
Buff would, that would not end well
Buff
for
man.
Binnington.
And then Binnington would never get in anyone's grill again. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
Very well.
It's not going to happen.
Anyway, I guess that takes us to the Hertl.
that takes us to break. Now we're gonna play a bit of Hertl, and it was today was a good Hertl day, I will say. But you're about to see that right now. So we'll see you after the break. After the break, we've got fantasy hockey, and then we're gonna finish the show off with a little bit of World Series talk because the World Series is going on right now, Game 1. So we'll see you in a couple minutes. All right. What's up, guys? I hope you're enjoying this episode so far. If you are, hit that like button and share it with a friend. But as always, we're here halfway through to do a bit of Hertl action. You guys ready for this? You want to see the silhouette?
Oh, sure. What do we got?
Hiya! Okay, so
it's not just a generic dude.
It's right.
Try Jaden Schwartz.
That could be a Jaden Schwartz. My thought was Kyle Okposo, but I think the head is not round enough.
I think it's
throw a
Braden Shen.
Braden Shen.
Braden.
Throw an old. Jaden.
What if Ben?
Okay.
Oh,
it's a center.
Right, well, we got 2 things.
Almost just over 30 Canadian center. In the
East Conference.
In the East.
Okay.
I'm putting Okposo. I'm trying Okposo.
Wait a minute.
Wait, he's American.
Guys, what if it's Sidney Crosby?
I think that it's got to be closer to 30 than that, but we can throw him in there just to get an Eastern guess.
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
Okay.
So we not confirm anything new. Other than they're between
it's
30
Atlantic.
and 35.
It's in the Atlantic Division.
It's in the Atlantic.
And his number is higher than 87.
Oh, yeah, that's a high number. Dang.
Oh, good call, Nick. Good call,
nice. Yeah. So it's probably like 32, higher than 87.
Let's think of some 91s.
Is
Any centers that are 91?
Is that my boy?
Is it?
Might be.
Oh, hell! Okay,
my God.
Okay, it's 91. It's 91. It's gotta be. We gotta know who this is.
Wait, is that
Wait.
T-Bar? Just go through the
Is that
91.
it's gotta be Tavares, right? They're the same age, I think.
Yeah.
Hup. Oh,
Yeah,
there it
wow.
is.
Okay.
Wow, those two
Oh,
are
man.
really similar.
I've never seen it be that many in a row.
That's
and then
crazy.
just
Dang,
one wrong.
man.
Like that's nuts. All right. Well, that's
How
pretty
look
good.
like, but real quick, like look how similar like everything about those two dudes is.
Yeah. No
Like
kidding.
holy shit.
Dude,
Wow.
that would have taken us so much longer, Nick, if you didn't point out the number. I always forget about that last category. If you didn't
And-
point out the number, I was like, ah.
And I believe both 1 year after the other, #1 picks.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that is true.
Let's do one more.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Oh gosh.
All right. All right.
This looks, you know who this looks like to me? This looks like
I mean,
Oh,
if you have
no.
a guess, go nuts. Because
well, at first I thought Bobrovsky, but I think Bobrovsky has long hair now.
You guys want to try a goalie?
I would.
Why not? Try a goalie.
What do you did you have an idea?
I did
or-
not think you did.
Jacob Markstrom. Why not? I don't know.
Markstrom. What if you get it right on the first try?
I don't.
Ah!
Nothing. Nothing at all.
All right.
Well, so not in the West.
It's not a goalie.
Not a goalie.
He's not Swedish.
Not Swedish. Young,
come
way
on.
younger than 32.
So Eastern
well,
Conference, not a goalie.
Mm,
Way younger than 32.
mm.
We did not do much to narrow down, but
or does this look
Why
like
not?
this looks like a defenseman? I keep thinking this makes me think of a defenseman.
Let's
Got
try a
long
defenseman.
neck.
He
Is
doesn't
this
have
is this
a-
Eric's
Is it
favorite?
Pierre Engvall?
Is this Pierre Engvall? That's not. Wait, is he still in?
He's long necked.
Is he
Yeah,
still
he's
in
playing for him.
Toronto?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
No.
Oh, and he's
Or not.
Swedish as well.
Oh, whoa,
wow.
Metro
Close.
Division.
Yeah.
Metro Division. I was gonna say, do you guys want to try Eric's
Oh my
favorite
God.
player?
Wait, it might be him. I think it might be him. I just
Rasmus
have this feeling.
Ristolainen.
Wow.
I
look at
knew
that.
it. I was like, I know this silhouette.
When you said that and I saw the way the hair was like in the silhouette, you could tell it was
Uh-huh.
like pushed to one side. I'm like, oh no. I
And he's
know
got-
his face all
and
too
he's
well.
got the nasty, like, sideburn puby beard.
I have never noticed.
I just
the
wanna-
long
full
neckedness,
disclaimer.
so, wow.
Well, full disclaimer, his beard adds to his neck there.
It does
First
kinda.
off. Second off, as much as I crap on you, Rasmus, I think you'd be an interesting forward. I think that'd be fun if they threw you
Yeah.
on a wing.
Yeah, put him up front.
That would
That'd be
make
great.
more sense.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed that. But we're going to get you back to the show. What do we have left that we're talking about? Oh, fantasy hockey and the World Series is what's coming up. So hope you enjoy that. Boom. All right. And we're back. You guys like how I got Eric's favorite player, Risto, that quickly?
That was pretty good.
I knew.
I was not there. You were there. I was not there.
What a gross beard, though.
It's kind of gross,
It's
eh?
not great.
Yep.
It's not great.
It's
But-
like he could have he's got like a goatee, kind of like a Van Dyke, which is a goatee without a mustache. In case you were wondering, that's what he's got, and he's sort of got a mustache as well. But yeah, so we're back, and now we're gonna talk about fantasy. And you guys heard me yelling at these other two guys, thinking their goalies are better than mine. Let me remind everybody who my goalies are.
Okay.
I have Vassy, who has actually been sucking balls this year compared to what he's done in the past. And then I've got Jordan Bennington, the fight starter, the Evander Kane puncher. And then I got old Jake Ottinger, who has kept it going.
Wow.
I was gonna say, I
So-
feel like Jake Ottinger has probably been your.
He's my
biggest
big guy.
at this point.
Bennington did get me a shutout
Hey,
as
Nice.
well, and Ottinger also got me one. So interestingly, I think Vassy is my low goalie, and that ain't gonna stay that way. So respect my goalies.
My
You can always
goalies are pretty
drop
good too
Vassy.
there.
No, I already dropped fucking Allmark. I'm not gonna drop Vassy.
You gotta
See,
watch
I
out.
only
I'm
have
a snake.
the two
I'm a
goalies.
snake on those waivers. I'm a snake on the waiver wire.
I won't. Yeah. Oh, dude, speaking of the waiver wire, I picked up Barkov on the waiver wire.
I saw him there. I almost grabbed him, but
Yeah,
I already
I saw him
have
go
so
down,
many
too.
fucking centers.
I was looking to swap
Yeah,
out a center,
I-
and I was like, okay, all right, I'll take him.
Yeah, I had to play a little. I had to play a little roulette with my fantasy team last night because I was like, "Fucking A," because
It's time.
I would have grabbed
Marchand
him.
came back. But I was like, "How do I like my offense?" I had to drop Rupe Hintz because he just was the low guy. But I dropped him last week and I picked up. Hold on, bear with me. But the move I had to do to get Marchand off my bench or off my IR list was, I was like, well, I want to carry all these guys on my offense, so I had dropped a defenseman. So now I'm running the 3 defensemen instead of 4. I ended up dropping Hintz from Malkin because Malkin's been playing pretty well this season.
Okay, yeah. That's good. That's a good pickup.
No, I'm wrong. I dropped him for T-Var.
T-Var.
Yeah, T-Var.
Also another one seen in our Hertl segment.
But yeah, so I've ended up actually, I picked up Malkin and T-Var recently, and Tony D. Tony D's been pretty good on the back end for his.
Because
Listen, man.
Philly's been popping off for some reason.
Yeah, and
I don't get it.
And D'Angelo he'll get you some points. He's not not the most solid on D, but he'll get you some points for sure.
He is a point getter at least, so.
Yeah, but my goalie tandem's pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, yours is better.
Listen, if Vasi can wake up, not even, he's been fine. If the Lightning can wake up and start winning games, because Vasilevsky's been the highest points in fantasy for like the last 4 years. Just from winning, he plays the most games and he wins the most games. So if he can do that again and get back to the way that he normally does, then
I will
watch
say
out.
that the Zuccarello pickup for me was a big one.
Has he been getting you some points? Has he?
He's been very good. Right now, where is he? He has got 5 goals, 6 assists.
All right, dang, holy shit, yeah, that's pretty good.
The only one that's hurting me right now is the Demko. Running him as my 3rd goalie because they kind of suck right now.
That's a little rough.
I did the same thing last year with him, and I carried him for a while because he was one of the highest shot-faced goalies in the league. So, if he can steal a win, getting 50 shots on him, he's going to get you a lot of points. So, but yeah, I'm climbing the ladder. I was in the basement last week.
Yeah, let's do a little recap here of the standings.
I did hit the bottom at one point last week.
Oh wow!
And
man, he's made quite the climb up since then.
I've had a couple really good days in a row. I'm having another good one tonight because of the shutout from Walmart. So
he's
I'm
getting
back
there.
Into 4th.
He's in 4th. Yeah. So the standings are as follows. Danielle in 1st. Danielle had a good draft. Benny in 2nd. Also had a good draft. But I'm coming for you, Ben.
I'm gonna put some distance between us tonight, though.
Yeah, my team's not doing anything
tonight. I will say this: the thing for Ben that's gonna just set him apart from us is once Marner and Matthews really get going.
That's the thing. I've been doing this without them the entire time.
Yeah.
Until last night, I had Marner on my bench. Fuck, he had a goal and an assist, but I got a Matthews goal last night.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Ben.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up, Ben. I'm in 3rd. Well, listen.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm in 3rd. My dudes have not been doing shit. My skaters.
You're talking about this. You must have just been getting a little bit from everybody, basically every time.
Yeah.
But nobody's popped off.
I've not.
And that's why you're still in 3rd.
I looked at all players and fantasy point wise, total fantasy points for the season. My first guy is skater wise, not goalie wise, is Kadri, and he's in 15th. That's my first guy.
Where's my first guy?
How
do you even look at
my
that?
skaters have not performed up to par yet. If they start doing what they should be doing, then I'll be okay. No, you can do it on the phone. You just got to go to players, then do all players, and like do it that way. But right after me, it's Nick. So I am 52 points behind first, and Nick is 130 points behind first. So what's that? 80? You're 80 points behind me. But I think if you're having a way better night than I am tonight, so you're gonna make up some room there.
35 points tonight.
Yeah, I have like fucking like
Dang.
8.
35 points tonight, plus the Penguins are started against Vancouver.
There you go.
Oh, against Vancouver. Oh,
And
no.
it's Vancouver as well. Do you have Demko in?
No.
Is Demko playing though?
He's not started. He didn't start.
Ooh, there you go. That's the winning combo there. Just have Malkin just tear him up. Then after Nick, it's my dad, who's only 10 points behind Nick. So that's pretty close. And then 10 points behind him is Cody, who just recently switched out his whole team.
Yeah, I saw 15 moves.
He did. He nearly switched out his whole team except for the big guys. I think it just was like 5 in a row, like of dropping and picking somebody up.
Notifications on my phone, and I was like, "Oh,
yeah, I see that."
Yeah,
I'm looking at it right now.
He went off.
He must have just gotten fed up. He's just like, "All right, fuck it, we're making moves."
Yeah. And then in 7th is Eric. So you're not quite in last.
I'm way at the bottom.
You are 210 points back from first. Now we're still we're only about 3 weeks into the season. So plenty of time. But you might want to start trying to do some moves or some trades or anything like that.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. It's funny you said that. I guess I didn't do fantasy, and obviously I don't have any strategies for fantasy, but I will say I have the same issue as you with my skaters. I don't have an all-star team. Like Ben, you drafted really well, and I didn't draft terribly. Definitely didn't draft as good as other people.
I'm pissed at everybody else.
90% of my drafting was me just looking at what was left whenever it got to my turn and being shocked that there was X player still. I got Sidney Crosby 27th overall.
I'm pissed at everybody else for drafting. How did you let Ben get that many fucking players? I know I was drafting too, but I had my plan that I was sticking to.
For centers, I got all of Matthews, Zibanejad, and Crosby. And I also got Marner, which Matthews and Marner have just happened to be trash. So, well, not trash, but like underwhelming. But yeah, no, I had a good draft. I had a really good draft.
I think
Kale McCarr too.
I think, like, for me, though, the issue is, like, Nashville's been off to a terrible start, so Philip Forsberg hasn't done shit for me.
Yeah, Roman Yossi.
Minnesota
didn't play too good either.
Minnesota has been off to a terrible start. Kaprizov has done stuff for me.
But not as much
Minnesota's
as
been pretty trash.
Yeah.
Except Kopitar and Fiala. Sorry, Nick.
Except for Zuccarello.
Yeah,
and Zuccarello.
He's been good.
But my duo of kind of stacking of Kopitar and Fiala haven't really done too much. Fiala's off to a pretty slow start, all things considered. And he just signed a big contract be with LA. So, like, I know I have to make moves, but at the same time, I know I'm just sitting in 7th right now. I kind of want to see how it pans out with some of these players who haven't had the chance to heat up.
It could totally switch.
Look at your 2 bottom people, like your 2 bottom point producers, and then just look at who are the top people available and see, like, it's just worth.
That's the tough thing about fantasy, though. It's like you know these guys are good on their teams. You know that they're good players, right? Just from like watching hockey and knowing that, right? And it's just like fantasy, just like any other fantasy game that you play. The player might be good in real life. Like Duncan Keith was an amazing defenseman, right?
Yeah.
Shit. He was not a fantasy player.
Yeah, that's not one you want to pick up.
That was part of
So people like Matt Barzal, like you say, like he's not a good example because he gets you a lot of stuff. But like some of these guys are going to be good
Mark
players.
Stone.
And
Mark Stone.
And you know that they're good role players, but they're not fantasy players.
You want to hear a good example? Jack Eichel. In the past week, 0 goals.
I know.
Well,
I think that
I'm just salty about it. I'm salty about it. No, but that's so. If you look at, I get what you're saying though, Nick. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, Mike was bringing that up because that's something like for a lot of years, I'd be like building it as, I'm building a team. So who do I want to get? And I would draft a guy like Mark Stone way too high because he's a really good two-way forward. But you want to use the higher ones. So like if you can get him in your like third or fourth round, maybe grab him.
So, and thinking about that, that's why I got like Jack Eichel. I was like, he's gonna play a big role in Vegas. He's probably gonna get points if he's on like a top line, right? And between him, Forsberg, and Sebastian Aho, just like those don't sound like bad fantasy picks.
Listen, and that's why I would just ride it out.
Yeah.
Just keep riding it out. I think it'll turn around.
Well, with Aho, it's like Svechnikov's been doing a lot of the work there. I know because
that's the other thing. Svechnikov, I had Svechnikov one year and he didn't do shit. And then I look and he's on Ben's team and he's got a fucking hat trick. I'm like, are you serious?
He's having a good start, that's for sure.
You know what I've realized about
with how well Carolina is doing, it's gonna probably transition a bit as the year goes on.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about most of my players, and also I kind of like that because, like, I don't know, fantasy to me, like, I can get really into it, but I'm just like, let it ride, let the team ride, see what they do. If I finish in last, whatever
happens,
These are your boys, okay.
Oh, I want to say one more thing though. Jack Campbell, every time he's my starter, he gets me wins. But every time I check the score, it's like 4-0, whatever team Edmonton is playing, and then McDavid and Draisaitl just fucking score 8 goals, and then they win in the third. I'm like, okay.
They haven't been pretty, but he gets me
wins. He gets me wins.
Hey, there you go.
That's points.
Sure.
That's points.
Whatever.
Okay.
That's fantasy.
Yeah, that is our fantasy update. Last but not least here, the World Series. World Series is going on right now. It's actually tied. 5-5.
Wow.
Top of the 7th. And I can't tell from looking at this little thing who's at bat. But I'm guessing Houston is home, so it's probably Philly. But yeah, so Philly's keeping up with them at least for the first part of this game. What do you guys think? Now Nick had the Skanks winning the World Series. Just not of any thinking like, we didn't go in depth or anything, but when I surprised him with the question who's winning the World Series, Nick went with the Yankees. You went with Seattle, and then just like 1 week later they were out.
Yeah. Wasn't a great pick.
They're gonna be good next year though.
Because the Astros like to ruin fun. That's why Seattle's out.
I bet you watch Seattle will be back in this. Back around.
I bet they said that season. 22 years ago.
The Yankees, on the other hand, are probably going to lose Judge, so I don't think the Yankees will be back.
Yeah, that's not going to be great for them.
Unless they decide to just give him an absolute fucking truckload of money.
Just too much money.
They already offered him a massive contract before the season started.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I don't think he's going back to the Yankees.
Probably not.
And they're pitching. I was talking to the guys at work. Logan likes the Yankees a lot, and it's the pitching's problem. They just don't have like a true ace anymore, which that's why I was kind of surprised to see the Padres lose, because they do. Yu Darvish was really good. But.
I thought the Yankees' issue was they had like 1 billion strikeouts and they couldn't hit for shit.
The problem with the Yankees, the problem with most teams in the MLB is that batters don't really give a shit what their role is, right? Even if you're a shortstop, because I watched it with the Cubs, you're either going up to hit a home run or you're going to strike out because you're swinging too hard. And nobody plays like, I'm just going to hit this gap, get on base, or I'm going to sacrifice my hit to move this runner to get to this run.
Nobody
Yeah.
So nobody plays baseball anymore, is what you're saying.
No, it's just
It's
changed.
The home run game. It's the home run game, right?
Yeah.
Nobody plays small ball, and it's just like
It's
okay,
almost. Sorry, it's almost. I was watching a game the other day, and and they were saying they were like, it's almost too much analytics because they were looking at the analytics, and the analytics said teams who got more home runs win in the playoffs. So like, but that's like,
Yeah.
but which is true, I guess. But like, I don't know.
right, because home runs means runs mean wins, but
Yeah.
it's just I don't know.
I feel like those statistics before were looking at it and being like, oh, these are teams playing baseball normally, but then they also happen to get home runs, and then you get the wins.
I don't know if you guys ever seen it. I'm sure Nick has. Moneyball. Oh my God. That movie is so good. It's so good. I want to watch it right now.
It is a great movie.
But yeah, it makes you look at things in a different way for sure.
Right, and like that's not how like the way that they analyze that's a true story. Like Billy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right? So.
I read the book. It was a book.
The way that you look at things, like the way that a batter's approaching the game, isn't the way that the mindset of that, like that how Billy Bean ran the Athletics that season.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, okay, this guy's going to hit the gap every single time. I'm going to get him on base, and
he's going to walk
or whatever, right? It's just like, okay, I'm going to pay the most money I can to get the best player here, and he's going to win me the game. Because, right?
Because that always works.
It's like the Judge Stanton thing. Like the Yankees way overpaid for Stanton a couple seasons ago because he had a monster year with the Marlins, and then it's just kind of been like, okay, he's okay, nothing massive, but they've got him signed to this huge ass contract. Whatever. So here's my question for you guys. Now that it's a Phillies Astros World Series, who do you have for picks, and what do you think the series will be?
Well, at the beginning,
what is it currently right now?
The series just started. It is tied.
What's happening in the game?
5-5.
What's the inning?
Top of the seventh.
Top of the seventh.
So, if we had done this before seeing any of this stuff, I would have been like, I mean, it's probably going to be Astros in 5. Still could be, obviously. And you know what? I'm going to stick with that. I think it's going to be Houston in 5. I think Philly will get 1. I think they'll have like Harper and Schwarber and their big guys will go off for 1 game. Whatever game the Houston's worst pitcher starts, which is still going to be a ridiculous pitcher, because I know that their pitching staff is fucking nuts. But yeah, I think probably going to be Houston, which kind of is annoying because they've just been winning for the past like 5 years or whatever it's been. But yeah,
Let's not forget about the cheating.
And they cheated as well. But supposedly they're not
winning
doing that
a bunch at once. How do you feel everybody else in the NHL has felt, Michael?
Hey, listen.
All right, so you got the Stros in 5. I got the Phillies in 6.
Dang.
Just for shits and giggles.
I mean, that's what I would prefer.
Benny?
Phillies in 4, baby. Let's go. Phillies in 4.
Phillies sweep.
Yeah, and you guys will know when you're listening to this if I'm already wrong or not. But
yes, we will. What about you, Rick?
Snap your fingers. What do you say?
Phillies in 7. I think it goes. 7.
Game 7. Let's go.
Nice. That'd be exciting.
We love a game 7.
I think it goes 7.
Also, I'm watching the Arizona Coyotes game, and it does indeed look as though they're in an arena.
Oh yeah. I was gonna mention that off the back. Happening right now is the Coyotes' first home game in Mullet Arena. Is it Mullet Arena? Otherwise known as the
apparently somebody's last name and not just the hairdo. They were naming it after a person.
Oh,
the Sun
it
Devils
just
Arena.
happens that it's quite funny that it's a very hockey word anyway.
Yeah, this Mullet. Is the University of Arizona arena, and I am gonna go watch it as soon as we're done recording here because I want to see it. But actually, you know what? We're gonna wrap it up here because let me tell you, gentlemen,
We've been talking for a bit.
this one's been what some would call a long schlong.
Like hour 35.
The recording itself is 1:39, so yeah.
The
Probably
only
about an hour and a
closing
half.
thought that I have for this tonight, folks, is when this is coming at you, assuming this drops on Monday, it's
It'll
Halloween.
drop before Monday, won't it?
Oh, it is Halloween.
Or is it going to
So
drop?
happy Halloween,
It'll
everybody.
be dropping on the Saturday before. It's actually going to drop
Happy
probably
Halloween.
like in 2 hours, but but yeah. So happy Halloween if you're watching this on a Monday on Halloween Monday. And you know what? Let us know down below.
What was your costume?
What was your costume? If you had one, I will not have one.
And what kind of shenanigans did you get into?
I was gonna say,
Me?
what is your favorite candy? But,
That too.
but yeah, let us know what your shenanigans were.
You got to say it like that. You got to type it like that.
Yeah, you
know
gotta
what I
type it high pitched. You know what? You know what, boys? Real quick, speed round. Favorite candy?
mean? Oh, Reese's.
Reese's
Kit
from
Kat.
Ben. Kit Kat from Nick. I will say Skittles for me. I love fucking Skittles, man. They're so good.
Okay, peanut M&Ms.
Peanut M&Ms. Danielle hates those. I think they're awesome, but
They're
Danielle
solid.
hates
Me
them.
too.
I'm more partial to the peanut butter M&Ms, but
All right, let us.
I think I
Let
ate
us.
one of those giant big bags over at your house one time.
And then what? Did you throw up?
No,
Oh, good.
but it was one your mom had like put out as like, I think it was like a holiday thing, like a bowl of them.
The peanut ones, right?
No, it was peanut butter ones.
Shit, I don't
distinctly
remember that.
No, those are the far less superior. Those are
Yep.
garbage, man. Garbage.
I'm
All right.
just saying what I like, okay? Jesus.
We'll see you next week.
Be attacked.